Hi everyone, it's Larato coming at you from Strategica Channel. Today we have an information-packed episode that's going to be discussing budgeting. And in particular, we're going to be looking at the 50-30-20 rule. So do stick around if you want to see how to manage your budget and finances on a month-to-month basis. If you're new to the channel, please remember to subscribe and hit the notification and share if you think someone can benefit from this video. And for our returning subscribers and viewers, thank you for the continued support. Please share this video if you think someone can benefit from the information that we'll be sharing today. So this is a big question that I would like everyone to start actually answering down below in the comment section, whether you budget. And you just figure it as you're going along, or are you someone who relies on other people to actually do the budget for them? So please leave your comments and experiences down below so that we can hear how are you doing, family. With that, let's jump straight into it. So the 50-30-20 rule simply says 50% should go towards your needs, 30% towards your wants, and 20% towards your investment or savings. So let me just break it down quickly for you. The 50% that goes towards your needs goes towards things that you can't live without. Well, these are your living expenses. If I'm renting, for instance, I need to pay rent to my landlord. I need to buy the electricity, probably pay other utilities like water. I'll probably need to also pay transport or fuel if I own a car. So those are things that can suffice as your needs. So when it comes to wants are the things that make Jack not such a dull boy. So the wants, this is where you can go crazy and get to spend on the things that you want. But remember, this is limited to only 30% of your monthly budget. So that means the 30% should be spent on things that make you happy, like your entertainment, whether it be your Netflix, whether it be the Wi-Fi in the house, and many others that you might find that bring joy into your life. The last category goes towards your savings or investments. And the reason why this is broken up into two categories is before you start committing money towards your investments, you first of all need to establish if you can put money towards your savings and do so over a specified period of time, which could be 3 to 6 months. And then once you've done that, this shows your commitment, and then the money can now be moved towards your investments where it can earn interest and start working for you. Remember, the benefit of having an investment is that your money works for you while you sleep. So do remember again to share and subscribe and hit the notification button. Well, let's move on to our example. So we'll be jumping over to my board. So welcome to my board. So what I have done here is just to break down our monthly income into the three broad categories. So being it the needs, your wants, your savings and investments, where we're trying to put away money for the long term, ultimately. So mona that's how your needs ka botlhokwa tsa ke ntse ke wa plan le tsona. So ha eba o sentse o renta, that is tšhelete e bang o patala rente kapa mortgage ha eba o rekile ntlo mme ntse e patala monthly, which is your housing loan, electricity or power for your cooking and the running of the household, transport, which might be in the form of fuel or actual transport that you pay towards your kids. However, they are actually schooling far away from home, and then they need special transport to take them to and from school. And debt. Debt, what we are putting here is different from the one that falls under housing. This is debt that can be either your credit card, your clothing account, or even machonisa. Because we are struggling on a month-to-month basis, dikoloto tsa mofuta ono. Once ke ntho tse re etsang tse re thabisang kapa ntho tse re di etsang hore re ithabise. Mme we know because of COVID, a lot of us have been working from home and we now need Wi-Fi, and that could be a need for you if you're using it for work. But if you're using it for entertainment purposes, re shella YouTube, re shebile eng, ra streamer, re downloaded movie, then your Wi-Fi would come under this. However, you want to travel with your family, kapa hona le leeto le batlang ho lenka with friends, this is where you put it. And your entertainment at like kenya monana ibang re batla ho ya bo sliketseng kapa wa wena taba tse ntse mofuta ono jwalo. So this is where we put those under. And then for savings or investment, savings mona ke mo re fela on a monthly basis, 20% of your monthly income, it's something that you should be putting away, meaning that saving for safekeeping. Safekeeping meaning that ke tšhelete e re sa tlo tla re etsa jwang re tshwara re batla hore re be e nne e etse jwang e hole, mme ha ntse e hola, then we can quickly graduate to investing. E hole in the sense ya hore even if you want to start what we call an emergency fund, kapo tšhelete o tla se isa ha bo hlaelwa ke mabaka a tshwanyetso, o tseba ba le tšhelete ya mofuta ona, whether it being ngwana o sa kula o tlamehile ho mo isa ngakeng if you don't have a medical aid, for instance, kapa if you need an emergency, you have an emergency, koloi ya hao e ba le bothata, this is where this money comes from. So we want for you to be financially free, for you to start taking control of your finances, to have this bucket there of money that you're putting aside. And once you have committed, and over the past 6 months I've been able to put 20% of my income consistently aside, then I can start thinking long term, and then we start graduating towards investing. Investing in Obani, it needs you to be committed to making those monthly contributions towards your investment and building wealth. And secondly, it needs you to be committed. This is money that you're not going to be taking from time to time. Now you have emergencies here and there, or you have other commitments that require money, and then you have to dip into your investment. So basically, this is how it looks like, and I hope this sheds a bit of light on what do we mean the 50-20-30 budget, the 50-30-20 budget rule, Hari Bonsa in this manner. And we hope from this we'll be able to gather some information. But do remember, we're going to have a link to our website where everyone can access this, and then everyone can start working on their monthly budget template. Then you should be adhering to these rules. The main thing is for you to be able to tabulate what are your needs, your wants, and your savings. Then you put down the totals. Then after you've done that, then you'll see how you can start moving things around to make sure that in the end we are complying with the 50-30-20 budget rule. So that was a bit of a mouthful, but I hope you got a bit of information from it. And then if you need to, please do rewatch, but remember to subscribe and hit the notification button so that you get notified of new videos that we post. And this is going to be a series of videos that we'll be sharing towards debt management and budgeting to make sure that we take control of our finances. So with that said, let's get back to my desk. In closing, I'd just like to make a few remarks actually, just to say when it comes to Basotho kapo Hobatu in general, people are struggling with their finances, and they're doing so in silence. And in there are people who start dishonoring the monthly payments that they need to make on their loans, and ebe motho iseli eno o se a ipata ha tlamehile o patala batho ke mathata fela. And the reason why we share this type of information is so that people know that they are not alone. 1, 2, for them to know that they have the right people to contact to assist them so that they can get out of the rut that they may be in, and also to make them actually realize taking control of your finances is something that can be done, and it always starts with a budget. So a budget, even though most people don't like it, but it's actually a good thing that actually helps you with tracking your spending, your expenses, and your income, so that we make sure that we are not living beyond our means but are living within our means. So I hope this will shed a light to a lot of people, and remember to keep the conversation going. Now, or only our viewer or subscriber, what are the moves that you're making in your life to make sure that you are getting that debt down? What is it that you're doing with your budget? Are you budgeting? If at all you're doing it, how are you actually doing it, and how are you managing? Thanks again for watching. See you next time.